Yep, Heinz, major company, right? Should have some progressive values, at least 21st century stuff. They decide to release an ad that perpetuates the Black absentee father myth. Put it up for a man. After a backlash from their ad, which erases a Black father from a bride's wedding, just completely as if that just doesn't exist. Heinz is doubling down with their latest controversy. Heinz was faced with criticism for the image that left a father out of a bride's wedding. The ad was not well received. One online user wrote, quote, total erasure of Black fathers by such a mainstream brand is shocking. How did this get approved? Quipped another, echoing many comments. So in the viral post on X that received 500,000 views, British writer Nels Abbey shared a photo of the ad from a London tube station with the caption, quote, for my brothers with daughters, because believe it or not, Black girls have dads too. All right. The company apologized, but it did not end there. Quote, we always appreciate the members of the public's perspective on our campaigns. We understand how this ad could have unintentionally perpetuated negative stereotypes. All right. There's some daylight here. You understand the complaint, right? We extend our deepest apologies, and we'll continue to listen, learn, and improve to avoid this happening again in the future. The Atlanta Black Star reports shortly after the company issued a statement over its Smiles campaign, which featured people grinning with ketchup smeared around their mouths. Here it is. Look at it. However, one of the images showed a Black man, and critics argued it strongly resembled blackface and minstrel shows from the 19th and earlier 20th centuries, where Black men portrayed by white actors were given exaggerated clownish features, often including large red lips. Twice in the span of 1 week, Heinz once again issued another apology. Right, here it is. As a consumer-obsessed company, we are actively listening and learning. And does it sound familiar? All right, let me finish. As a consumer-obsessed company, we are actively listening and learning and sincerely apologize for any offense caused by a recent Smiles campaign, a spokesman said. Although it was intended to resonate with a current pop culture moment, we recognize this does not excuse the hurt it may have caused. We will do better. We are working to remove the advertisement immediately. So many have found the apologies to be disingenuous, but many people found that it was just, a throwaway. Quote, this would have gone through many rounds of approval, both by the ad agency and Heinz itself. This was without a doubt intentional, pointed out an observer. Some stories you just have to say the hell. Twice in 1 week, Heinz, come on now. You got to have some diversity somewhere. Somebody in the check and balance system of these ad campaigns should raise the hand and say, wait a minute. Let's think about this first. Nobody? Not a single person? And the lack of the Black father in that photo does perpetuate a negative stereotype. Somebody should have caught that naturally. Some people would be surprised to know, based on Pew Research, that out of every racial demographic, Black fathers spend the most actual time with children compared to every other racial demographic in the United States of America. That is Pew Research, the same research that others will utilize in order to downgrade the role of Black fathers. That research shows that Black fathers have significant contact, more so than any other racial group in the country. Those are just positive stats that typically get ignored. Senator, on Father's Day, what I typically will do is post on social media all of the positive statistics about Black fathers, because I'm a Black father, and every friend that I have, every friend I know that's a male, they are responsible fathers, every single one of them. I don't have anybody around me who's an irresponsible father. And so this whole myth about the father's absentee is a myth. That doesn't mean that they're always inside of a marriage, but that happens across the board. The issue is, are they there for the child? And the answer for that is overwhelmingly yes. What say you?
That's it, Doc, and thanks. I mean, it's a shame that you got to put out that Pew Research
Yeah.
fact, empirical data, but I'm glad that you did. And yes, anybody who follows you on social media will see you doting over your daughter.
That's right. That's my baby.
Really, seriously. It's really sad, and it just reminds me of the stereotypes that America, larger America, is not just Heinz. Heinz is picking this up somewhere, and they
Yeah.
do need people in rooms who come from a different background, have some insight, and also have the power to speak up without fear of their job, Doc. Because it might be some
Yeah.
people in that group, but they too scared to say anything. So people need to be empowered. When I think about movies too, Doc, it still bothers me to this day when I see people coupled, but then you look at the black people, they either not coupled or not coupled with each other. We
Mm.
die first in the movies usually. It's very rare, unless you the star of it. You're gonna die. The black person gonna die first. You know, so this kind of stuff happens all the time. I'm not surprised by Heinz. I hope they get it together. When they gonna learn, Doc? That's my question. When y'all gonna learn? I mean, really, when
Yeah.
you gonna learn? You gonna keep saying that they are a consumer obsessed company, quoting them on that. And so consumers, especially African American consumers, might want to think about maybe boycotting them. Go and get your ketchup somewhere else.
Yeah.
And,
Because
and
they
show
never had
Heinz
permission to.
better, as grandma say, I can show you better than I can tell you, because obviously they have no respect for the black community and what black men in particular bring to the black community. I'm over it, Doc. It's not just Heinz. I could
That's
list a
right.
whole other list of institutions that don't have respect for black men and what our men bring to the table.
Yep. And
Kudos for calling out Heinz, and I hope they do a
yeah.
better job, Doc.
Yeah, and as you said, it's not just Heinz, but I promise you, there are times when somebody has to say, "Wait a minute, we can't do that, or we can't release this ad on this date. This is on Yom Kippur. This would offend our Jewish
Exactly
um,
right.
customer base, etc." Those conversations are had, right? It just seems as if those conversations are had as it relates to things that could be offensive to Black people,
But we
and
don't get
that needs to
double
change.
respect, Doc. I'm sorry for cutting you off. We just
Mhm.
don't, and it's really a
Yeah,
painful thing to know. Again, in the 21st century, we not in the 20th or the 19th or the 18th, is the last I checked, but that
mhm.
we're still trying to break down some of these same barriers that were fought by elders who are still walking the face of this earth,
Yep,
and some who have gone on to the ancestral plane. I'm saddened by this, and Heinz, excuse me, must face a consequence. Otherwise, they're
yeah.
gonna apologize again and again and again and not mean
They're
it.
gonna keep listening and learning, as they say.
Right,
Right.
right.